It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Now, I took the thumbnail for this video and I said to my wife, you've worked in floristry, you know how to wrap things nicely. I said, I need to know the name of this beer so I can write what it's called on the thumbnail. So, we got to this stage where we unwrapped the first load of paper and we're like, there's another load of paper. And there's a reason why there's another load of paper, because this is a really special beer. I can see now that it says Saltaire Imperial Triple Choc. I'm not sure if you guys can see through that yellow wrap. But doesn't it look and sound exciting? I've been drinking Saltaire's beers for a number of years. And one of the beers that really took me by surprise was their Triple Choc. I think it was only about 4.5% ABV. It wasn't like the greatest level of ABV for the beer. But I'm really excited because this is an imperial version at 7.4% ABV in a 330 milliliter bottle. Deep, dark and velvety. There's the bottle cap. There's a look at the label. It looks terrific, doesn't it? Doesn't that look good? Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. I'm looking forward to this one. Imperial version. It looks like a traditional, like Yorkshire mild, doesn't it? The way the beer poured, it looked quite thin. The beer in the glass now, it doesn't look that thin. It's definitely jet black. There's no light bleeding through that glass whatsoever. Although, if I do tip it at a certain angle, you can just, I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but you can just see a little bit of light bleed here. You can just see a little bit of kind of ruby red getting through that glass. Nice amounts of carbonation, slowly moving their way up the glass. We got a one finger tan coloured head. I've always been a fan of Saltaire. I remember their Saltaire Cascade. I was so excited to try that beer back in the day. That was 2010, Christmas 2010. I was watching Oz Clarke and James May drinking Saltaire Cascade and really enjoying it and thinking that is the beer that I need to try. And I remember having it in the cupboard, but I was ill. I had a cough and a cold, and every time I was pressing record on the camera, trying to talk, I'd get so far in and I'd go, and I just had to stop the review and wait until this horrible dry cough went away. But anyway, we're not talking about Saltaire's Cascade. We're talking about Saltaire's Imperial Triple Choc. Looks great. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, that smells good. That smells delicious. Roasty, toasty, with the roasted malts in the beer. But then you definitely get a hit of chocolate, bitter dark chocolate. Maybe cocoa powder, maybe like a really nice kind of hot chocolate aroma. But there's raisin and plum and prune and fig going on at the same time. It smells amazing. Caramel, coffee. Oh, it smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's definitely Saltaire's triple choc. Oh, this takes me right back. This like takes 10 years off my life, this beer. I remember drinking this beer 10 years ago, and I remember tasting these exact same flavours, slightly kind of synthetic chocolate, hot chocolate maybe, a little bit of cacao nib, lovely bitterness on the back end, chocolate, coffee, caramel. It's a really kind of luxurious beer. A beer that I remember how excited I was when I got into the beer world and when I was trying beers like this for the first time. And this takes me right back to that kind of level of excitement. It's hit a part of my brain, a part of a memory bank in my brain that has almost lit the flame for getting excited again. Getting really excited again for beer. I remember just how excited I used to get when I used to review these beers back in the day, back when I first started. And like anything, you know, you learn to ride a bike. It's really exciting, isn't it, when you learn to ride a bike? But then you ride the bike for years and years and years, and it's still nice. It's still enjoyable to ride the bike. But you don't hit them levels of excitement anymore, which is kind of sad, really. But this has sparked something in my brain. Just one or two sips of this beer has sparked that level of excitement again. That kind of Stone the Crows! Remember those days? Bit of raisin, bit of plum, bit of fig, bit of prune, chocolate, coffee, caramel, slightly synthetic chocolate. It's a beautiful beer. It really is a beautiful beer. What the difference from that memory from 10 years ago to this present day is the fact that this is the Imperial strength version. This has got a fantastic kind of slow warming sensation as the beer slides down the pit of the throat, down the throat into the pit of the stomach. You get that kind of slight alcohol warming from that 7.4% ABV. It's rich, it's creamy, it's luxurious. It's got that nuttiness to it. That certain kind of nutty, synthetic. Like it's an autumn's day and the leaves are falling off the trees and you've decided to make yourself a hot chocolate. It's got that kind of synthetic, hot chocolate, nutty kind of feel to it. But do you know what? I like it. I quite like it. It's a bit naughty. It's a bit... Yeah, it's a bit... Even, I mean, it's July. It's July. It's not autumn. It's July. Great lacing on the glass. Now I can really rock that beer around in the glass and show you what this beer looks like. I can't believe, I mean, I'm saying 2010, it's 2022. I'm standing here, an older man now, like a 12-year-older man, when I first reviewed Triple Choc from Saltaire. And for the first time in a long time, I felt that kind of tingle of excitement. That early day excitement of when I first got into beer and just how much I loved it. Just how much I kind of loved being involved and trying all, because I was in that phase of, I was trying stouts and porters and American IPAs, American pale ales and saisons and doubles and triples and quadruples and I was learning. I was learning my trade here in front of you guys on the camera. And it was really blemmin' exciting. This is one of the beers, Saltaire's Triple Choc was one of the beers that it gave me a level of education. It taught me things about beer. It taught me that you can put a little bit of cocoa powder or a little bit of chocolate into beer and into a stout, and it was just magical, absolutely magical. Okay, dark and velvety, contains barley, oat, wheat, of course malt and yeast. That's about it. Saltaire Brewery, Shipley, West Yorkshire, 7.4% ABV. Let's rate it then. 330 milliliter bottle. The original triple Choc 12 years ago was in a 440 milliliter bottle. I like the fact that it's in a bottle. I still like the fact that they're putting beers in a bottle. Everything's in cans these days. And again, the shine has worn off cans for me. I don't get excited by a canned craft beer anymore because everything's in a blooming can. It's quite nice to get the bottle opener out and open a bottle up. I'm going to rate it. It looks good. Great lacing, great look to the beer. It smells good. Have I mentioned that it come from Bingley Brew Club? If I'm only just mentioning it now, I do apologise. I was so kind of into that beer review then. It was like knocking years off my life. It was like going back in time. But yeah, channel sponsor for this video was Bingley Brew Club. They were kind enough to send me this beer. Bingley, thanks for the memories. Rating. I really like it. It puts a smile on my face. I really like it. It's a Stone the Crows 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 beer from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!